Oh my god, it's so much brighter
It'll
in
do.
here.
It
Julie, we were
is.
recording an episode for hyperfixation before this, and we had all of our cozy lights and none of our bright lights on and all this different kind of stuff, and now we had to put all the bright lights on. But that's okay.
Yeah, it is what it is. We're
It
fine.
is indeed.
Oh, that's right. I gotta get my current project out. I did finish my. Well, I'm like this close to finishing my headband, but
Yay!
I forgot it at home because I'm in the middle of the bind off.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was in the middle of that when I went. Oh, I have to leave in a minute. I have to leave. Set it down. Forgot it. So instead, I'm doing the other project that I brought that I was intending to work on anyway, which is I have these sweatpants that need to be fixed a bit. They've got some holes that need
Mending?
mending.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also have, and I think this is potentially a little silly goofy,
Oh, gosh.
how many socks I brought
Oh, God.
that I have that need to be darned.
That's a lot of socks.
There's a lot of Oh wait, this one's a shirt. That one's a shirt.
What did you
that
do
one's
to my
fine.
Wolf and Stag shirt?
Oh, I crushed it beneath socks.
Hi, Grim!
But yes, these are all the socks that I have to patch holes in. So I'm gonna be mending them.
So many socks.
So many socks. I'm gonna start with some of these today, but well, we'll see if I get to any of the socks today because I'm gonna start with the sweatpants that, they need some help. They need some help. Yeah. Good morning, Grim. What does that say? Oh, Merry Saturday. Yes.
Can I make them bigger?
Maybe that's
Wow.
what she said.
Okay, well that didn't make it bigger.
No,
but
you
it
pulled the
made
chat out more, but it doesn't.
That
You
it's
made-
somewhat helpful.
It is somewhat helpful. It's a little more centered. I'm less. It's not. What does that say? You watched Vox Machina last night. Ooh.
Very fun.
Yes. That's very exciting. I am very curious to talk later about how far you got, and also just hear your opinion on it because I know you were really enjoying the Mighty Nine animated show.
Yes.
Good.
It got my hopes up the other day when I was on. You cried. Fair.
Yeah.
I know
that's-
enough of what happens from watching campaign 1 to know that that's fair.
That's correct. Oh, don't worry.
No spoilers. Don't worry. We won't spoil it. Well, we'll try not to, Julie.
There inevitably will be some. But no, crying is the correct response.
Yes.
And don't worry, Grim, there will be more tears.
Yay. I had gotten my hopes up, though, because I was on Beacon, and they've changed the series image for campaign 3
Oh.
to the Mighty Nine animated characters and, like, title.
Right.
So for a half of a second, I thought that Mighty Nine was on Beacon, and that I'd be able to watch it on Beacon once I was caught up on campaign 3. And then I clicked on it, and it was just campaign 3.
Oh. 3?
2. Whatever.
2?
Whichever one
Okay.
is the Mighty Nine.
2.
2.
I was going to say, that's... Yeah, 2. Okay. Yeah, no,
And I was just like, no.
Sorry, that's rough.
Guys, I want the animated show not on Prime, please.
Yes, no, I'm so excited more people are getting into Mighty Nine. It's so good. It's so
Hi,
fun.
Andy.
Good morning. I need to actually pull out a length of yarn for each of these little holes and start turning this guy inside out. But
That's what he said?
I don't know if that.
I think it does.
I don't know if that fits. That's what she said.
He had one hell of one last night, guys, I will tell you. Apparently, I always go up the stairs first, which was unbeknownst to me. I hadn't realized that was just when we leave the studio.
Yeah.
I tend to grab stuff and go upstairs, and then he has to turn off all the lights behind me and everything. And we went out of order yesterday when we were done recording for Hyperfixation, and he's like, I forgot that I can go first.
I forgot that I'm allowed to go first.
Yeah, and then we were dying on the staircase on the way up.
Yes.
And my mom was like, what the hell are you two laughing about?
Oh, you know.
Julia, I feel like that was a stretch. Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Oh,
Nice. There we go.
yes.
Nice.
Oh, did you
Good
ever
job,
figure
Andy.
out how to get this so that the chat...
No, I need to do that. I
Okay.
know. I
It's fine. I'll just put the little caption thing that I put up on the last one up.
Yep, it's on the to-do list. It's on the to-do list. Soon, trademark.
Yeah, we're caught up now, so that's the important part, actually.
We are actually caught up. Oh, so good morning. I'm Josh.
You all know this spiel, but we'll do it again for you anyway,
Yes.
in case new people ever show up.
In case new people ever show up. Well, also, we may as well. We're at least trying to someday have a consistent, intro of Sonic. Oh, I almost lost the needle.
Oh, that would have been bad. Guys, you can't see, but the rug in here is shag, so that would have just disappeared. It's also gray, slightly shiny shag.
Oh. And this needle is
Minuscule.
small.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, I just felt every nerve in my foot just,
Your life flashed before your eyes.
yes. Oh my God. Okay. Yes. So I guess to have a kind of normal intro to the video.
Welcome to Crafting
all?
Critters. I'm Kara.
I'm Josh. Good morning. I'm more of a long-time critter.
I am relatively new.
Yes, but we are watching Campaign 4 together, discussing it as we go. We only really talk about it here while we're also crafting on various things.
Yes.
I'm currently patching some pants and eventually some socks, hopefully.
I am working on more granny squares for my temperature blanket for the year.
Yes.
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 Slowly but surely, I'm catching up.
Well, you'll get there. Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, first
Very
try.
nice. Very nice.
First try.
Yeah, so the big things about this, we're talking mostly Critical Role Campaign 4. We
Mostly.
will also talk about the other campaigns as they come up, the animated series, the cooldowns, etc., etc.
Eventually, but for now, that is mostly kind of an eventuality,
Yes.
especially while you haven't made any progress in a while.
Nope.
I think since we started doing this, actually. Yeah.
No. But that's fine.
She assures me it will happen.
It will. Uh-huh.
And I believe you.
So there are spoilers for pretty much everything, but we try not to be egregious about the spoilers from campaigns 1 through 3.
No.
But campaign 4, we talk way too much in depth about what's going on. So
Yes.
you're welcome to stay if you enjoy spoilers like me. You're
And or
welcome
if
to-
you're at least as caught up as we are.
Yes.
Which-
Also, head out and watch us on YouTube
Yes.
when you have caught up if you don't like spoilers.
Yes, because we are indeed on YouTube.
Indeed.
Oh, that was a terrible knot. What am I doing? Don't.
Okay.
I knew it as soon as I said it. Oh, gods. I guess today,
Is
do we just
episode
wanna-
17.
yeah, I guess we just dive on in. We're doing episode 17, The Place of Wings,
Yes.
which we found out last time refers to Tanasar, or is an epithet for Tanasar.
One of the cities of Venatus, that is the old human empire in the land.
Yes.
The Tokonis house and the Halavar house were the priestly houses of that area.
Yes.
But
Very exciting. Oh, actually, I'm so sorry. Before we actually get into like this episode, I do have something I wanted to say about last episode that I
Okay.
forgot to mention because I didn't have my notebook to remind me. And I do still have, I have at least some notes this time. Not as many as I would normally or, like to have, but I have some.
TM some.
Yes, some trademark. Specifically from, I think, the cooldown discussion last time, Dr. Talter wasn't seemingly originally intended by Brennan Lee Mulligan to be a companion for the party.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he talked about it a little bit of like, oh, yeah, he went, yeah, it makes sense for this person to have this information based on what you're asking them. And, oh, yeah, sure, okay, just keep going with it. And then, oh, and you're adopting her. Okay. Oh, well, sure.
Apparently, Brennan with
Sure.
the Seekers must always have at least one NPC character in their party at all times.
I guess, or they're just
And now he has 2.
gonna find and adopt someone if they leave. But we also got, I don't know if you saw, a little video discussing their level ups, their level 3 to 4 boost before this episode came out?
No.
Okay. The honestly the only part that I really need to talk about that, because it was really cool and just fun to watch them go, you know what? Yeah, why not? Was Matt hadn't decided yet if he wanted to do fighter or rogue for the next level.
Okay.
So they were considering how best to handle it, and eventually, oh god, almost lost sight of the needle again. And eventually they landed on having Abria act as the keeper of his health rolls. So he rolled a D8 for rogue and a D10 for fighter.
Okay.
And then, but with his eyes closed.
Okay.
And Abria wrote down what the numbers were and for which class, so that whichever choice he made, he wouldn't know which one had the higher health.
Okay,
so
fair.
that couldn't influence his decision.
Yeah.
But that it was already taken care of ahead of time, like everyone else.
Yes.
So.
And he decided on fighter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But it was this very fun little. You know what?
All the DMs are.
Yeah. All the DMs going, how can we be silly goofy about this? And actually, Brennan admitted that he was fully willing, or his initial instinct was just to go, just do one higher than the average of rogue, which would be 6 then, because that is also the average of fighter. And then it's just, well, whichever one. But he went, no, actually, this is much cooler.
Yes.
Thank you. But I didn't expect that you would watch that, so I wanted to share that because I think that was fun. Just a fun little.
Well, and only, from what I could track, only 2 of them actually leveled up in 17.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Just
Matt and
Matt and Alex.
Yeah.
Or Julian and Octus.
Octus, yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, no, that is fun. I do like that.
I thought it was a nice.
Yeah, Bria, the keeper of health pools.
Yes. All right, let's see.
I love when it comes up in this episode when she describes how her druidic magic works in different geographies and climates and stuff like that. And you can feel the DM in her when she does that.
Oh yeah.
Which is really cute.
It's one of the many things I really enjoy about her as a player is seeing her DM experience inform how she describes things and the actions she chooses to take.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like Circle of the Land Druid doesn't often get a ton of love.
Yeah.
Because it is a little more, just spellcasty focus druid. It's got a little less of a clear gimmick that a bunch of other druid classes are
like
geared
Circle
for.
of the Moon or Circle of the...
Yes, or Circle of Spores.
Spores, yeah.
But which are
one day I am going to play a Circle of Spores druid. We all know I'm going to play every druid at some point.
Someday, yes.
But yeah.
Someday, trademark.
Someday, trademark.
No, but they're all... It's nice to see Circle of Land getting some love because I generally would myself just kind of, whatever. Circle of Land, because it's a little less, again, less gimmicky. But I do really love the way that she's incorporating the landscape of where they're at.
Yes.
To inform those spells and make those descriptions really feel impactful.
Look, we have I don't know how well this is going to show up, but it's a snowflake.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know. Can I hold it by the edge? Will that make it more obvious? I'm watching the video on the thing to...
yeah, that's a little more apparent.
Now on to the border. All right.
All right.
So cold open.
Yes, actually starting the episode now.
For 17 was with Murray. And essentially the day 25 years ago or something like that.
I think it was 25 years ago.
When she first met Ellippides Tallbearer and became the bursar of the Pentevral.
Yes.
All on the same night.
Which I love that it was straight up just hey, you met in a tavern and went, hey, you guys need gemstones?
I have those.
I got access to those. Yeah.
I want magic. More magic. I want to be taught magic. So I will give you gemstones for you to teach me magic.
Yes. But I did also just enjoy using the message cantrip as an in,
Yes.
as a nice subtle little, hey, I got a little something. Don't even worry about it. Like
Do
I
a little something, something.
I know what I'm talking about, even
Yes.
if I don't, but I do. Because like the stuff that I do know, I know.
Yes.
And the fact that she talks about how she taught herself what she already knows at that point. Mm-hmm.
Which is very in line with the Pentevril
Oh, yeah.
as it was founded, at least.
Also just very in line with, hey, man, wizards are phenomenal.
Yes.
Truly impressive just for the sake of, if even just for the sake of being self-taught.
I think watching this campaign has made me more interested in playing a wizard.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah.
Because I feel like on paper, it doesn't read as the most interesting of the spellcasters, or like, you know, there's the innate stuff with sorcery, and there's the overlord thing with warlocks and what have you. I feel like wizards are just like, eh. But Octus and Murray as wizards make you go, oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's what a wizard can be.
Yes. There's an old, I think it was an old tweet conversation between Abria and Liam O'Brien saying, what's sexier than wizards? Nothing. Because, God, wizards are just so cool. But it is easy to unfortunately fall into a very, like, stereotypical, not even just stereotypical, but like less interesting character concept if you just go for the stereotype and the expectation of any given wizard.
Yeah.
But I appreciate always seeing new takes and or just seeing how the character itself that they're playing informs what it means for that character to be a wizard, rather than relying solely on what does being a wizard mean for who this character is.
Yeah.
It's always going to be both, but I enjoy seeing the ways in which it gets played up.
And we get moments of that both with Murray in the cold open and with Octus later on in this episode.
Yes, which I absolutely loved.
Yes.
We'll talk about it when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
But ooh, it was good.
I know I had a couple of notes from this cold open though that I just want to briefly look at.
Sure. I don't think I really did, but again,
Well, there is a little bit of her backstory that's good to know. So apparently with the dwarves, there's something called, where is it? I have it written down. The Hucklewind.
Yes.
Where they go out, it's like a coming of age thing, where they go out and they do generous acts of service for people who need it. And they like leave their mountains and leave their families and they go do it. Like a mission trip coming of age kind of thing.
Yeah.
And her Hucklewind brought her to Dolmakyar and brought her to, instead of doing like some great act of service for the community or whatever, she ended up with her cousin and a couple of others stuck making a beautiful fountain in the private courtyard of House Cormoroy as they were redoing their manor house in Dolmakyar. And she's very against it because she's like, this isn't some great act of service. This is just
they don't need
making
charity.
The rich prettier, you know.
The rich don't need charity. They're fine.
Right.
They're
So
not.
that's,
We're not. I think she said like I thought we were going to be building bridges or updating infrastructure.
right.
Instead it's.
Yeah.
Eh.
And part of her dislike of House Cormoroy comes through when she's talking to Tallbearer and is part of how they bond in the immediacy. But one of the notes that I had is she has a cousin named Jasper, which is hilarious because they're gemstone merchants.
Yeah.
And they named him a semi-precious stone.
Yeah, it's perfectly
And his
thematic.
pet dwarf griffin, Scooch, who is chickadee and hamster griffin.
I've known Scooch for 5 seconds, and I
Would
would kill for Scooch.
I would kill for Scooch.
Oh my gods.
Adorable. I can't wait. I hope Jasper and Scooch show up again.
Just
in
the
this story.
cutest. What do you mean? He's a tiny, teeny little griffin.
And his griffin parts are a chickadee and a
hamster.
And he's 3 inches long.
He's so cute.
He's tiny.
I've already seen fan art
I'm
of
sure.
Scooch.
Yeah.
So good.
I like this
so
episode
cute.
came out this Thursday.
Yes.
It's Saturday.
It's been 2 days.
I love it.
Hey, the speed of light is fast, but fan artists are faster.
This is true. I did have a note that I was loving Brennan matching Jasper's southern accent to Marisha's
Yeah.
southern accent with Murray.
Yep.
It was great. And then, we know that Euripides has a familiar who is a moth.
Yes!
A moth named Eustace.
Okay.
The 2 familiar pets, companions, whatever you want to call them.
Yes.
In just this cold open, give me life.
And I fully thought for a second when Eustace popped up, I fully thought he was doing just the bit of like, oh, the cartoon character has no money. Turn out their pockets and a moth.
Yeah.
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 It's like, oh, that's funny. Eustace!
A halfling has a moth for a familiar.
A teeny little
It just
moth.
works.
It's
It just
so
works.
cute.
It's so cute. And then let's see. Oh yeah, we find out more in detail that the Magnesson family are jewelers and gem traders from the Sunset Mountains. She offers to help out the small 4-classroom Pentevrel.
I loved also
We have more than 3 classrooms.
We have 4 classrooms. Just oh yeah, how do we try to sell this, make it sound larger than it? No, what's the point?
Yeah. But it lends a weight that a significance to Murray's position as the bursar at the Pentevrel, because she has essentially been there since it opened. I, from the overture, got the feeling of like, oh, Tallbear brought her in, but the school's been around longer than we, like even when the gods were still alive, maybe the Pentevrel was still around, and it's just that Tallbearer has taken over the reins of it, and he brought her in as a student, and then she grew into the bursar and stuff like that. Did not realize she's literally been there since almost the beginning of the school, that the school's only 25 years young.
Yes.
She was one of the first 5 involved in it, and she wasn't a student. She has from the beginning been a almost founding member of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a surprise to me too, because again, the vibes she gave when talking about it in the overture, especially with Tallbarrel, during his like resignation, being ousted, it did give I was a student here, which I mean, again,
she
in a
very
way,
well may have been in a lot of ways.
in many ways, I'm
But
sure
not
she was.
Technically speaking, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Auditing classes while also doing the accounting.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm sure there are no colleges in the real world that have ever done that.
Well, and it's Murray.
Yeah.
That just kind of goes with who she is.
It's her vibe.
Yeah.
Affectionately, it's her vibe.
Yes. That was pretty much most of it from there. I just had the one quote that I loved from this. She's talking to the bartender, and she's offering to buy drinks for the people in the back room, because that's where she overheard the conversation.
Yes.
And she's like, the fancy folks, because they're dressed all eccentrically.
Uh-huh.
And the bartender goes, fancy folks? Those are some of the most broke people I know. They're academics.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, I feel that in my soul.
Yeah. That's always how that goes. Ooh. Delightful, though.
Yes.
I think it was it for the cold open, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really have anything.
Which means we then go back to the Barrow Dwell.
Yes.
Yes, and specifically the
birds.
The birds, which are my nightmare fuel. The countless nightingales lifting Valus slightly because there's just so many. Oh gods! Also, the fact that it immediately opened with okay, and you feel the stone of Night Song like in your hand, like you're holding it out.
You take it out without your against your own volition.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh no! Which I think she did. What, she got like a 9 or something on a wisdom save.
Yeah.
I think was it? Yeah, I thought that's what it was. Hang on.
Which also then had the effect because she and Taisha both had to do wisdom saving throws.
Yes.
Pretty close to each other in this.
Right, because immediately Julian smacked the Stone Knight song out of her hand.
Right, he used the hair charm
Yes.
from the Druids, jumped up, smacked it out of her hands. Taisha caught it, and then Taisha had to do a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-huh.
And you come to find out they both, Taisha and Valus, lost a death saving throw without losing any HP, without anything actually attacking them, just from holding the stone since those birds came into existence.
Yep. Which
is great.
What a horrifying little mystical
Yeah.
Hey, you want to be clearly on the verge of death despite seeming for no reason? Why? Yeah, it's fine. It's great.
Yep.
I did really love the little visual of... Oh, hang on. Yes. Got it in at the first try. Did really love the visual of, everything else besides the two of you is getting a little blurry.
Yeah.
A little faded.
Like, you're just kind of moving out of the realm of the living slowly but surely.
Just a little bit, though.
Just a little bit. It's fine.
Yeah, it's not horrifying at all. Though, again, lovely visual, really cool.
Let me see. I'm just
The
checking. So when they both start to do this fade,
yes,
Brennan asks them both for the most impactful memory of a death they have witnessed.
wasn't it an impactful, but not necessarily the most? But I think Taisha rolled like a 1, so she was like, "No, I'm giving you the most."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they saw these memories for themselves, but then they also saw the memory of the other person's.
Yes.
So Taisha's was that apparently when Aligar, their son, was young, he fell out of a tree and broke his neck. And she watched it happen, and it's the first time she had ever really called upon druidic magic, and she cast Spare the Dying, and she brought him back. But she watched her son die. And that has so many more implications on why she's so hardcore about finding him now.
Yeah.
I mean, any parent would care and would be concerned, but like, oh, no, she's actually watched this child die before.
There's some extra trauma there. That makes sense.
Yeah. And then Valus's was on the battlefield the night Salandri died, watching her sister die right before that on the battlefield.
Which also makes that day so much worse for her specifically.
Right.
That it wasn't just the day she lost her god, but also the day she lost her sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough.
Ouch.
That's pretty bad.
And I liked when they did eventually, they come out of that moment. Sorry, we heard a squeak. Oh, I bet she's putting the pork in. Mom's making us dinner.
Squeaky drawer.
Yeah, the oven. That when they came out of this moment together, Julian and Octus are like, "What the heck is going on? What is happening?" And they're just both like, "I'm so sorry." To the other. Like this because they've been tense the last couple of episodes, understandably. They're out of the immediate danger, and so everybody's reasons for being there and trust levels are being questioned and what have you. And they specifically have had a bit of conflict about that, but the very genuine, like, I am so sorry that is something you lived through and something you saw and experienced. And Taisha just kind of very quietly says, "Please help me find him." And Valus is like, "I will."
Yeah.
So there's this further bird imagery, which they ended up calling it bird hell.
Yeah.
Which was hilarious.
Bird hell.
Bird hell. The birds.
Just the little moment of like when they were kind of dying.
Yeah, the nightingales.
Became bird hell. Why
yeah.
not?
Are essentially spirits and spirits of the dead, we think.
Yeah.
And they come up after having lifted Valus and all this. They come down through Taisha's back in this kind of halfway point between death and living, come out of her chest, grab the stone of night song that she had grabbed from Julian, go into the chest of Valus and give her the stone, and then disappear.
Which was, what a strange thing to listen to without visuals for the first like chunk of the episode.
Yeah.
That I went, oh gods. Oh.
And, you know, they're not in a different realm, so they're seeing everything that Octus and Julian are seeing, but Julian and
Right.
Octus aren't seeing the memories that they're living through.
Right.
And stuff like that.
I did specifically love that, and correct me if I'm misremembering if you remember this better, but Abria saying that Taisha, for a moment, Aligar's face was Velas' sister's face.
Yes.
Like trying to heal, and the casting Spare the Dying
on her sister.
on her sister, which was kind of her son, but
Yeah.
casting it in Elvish, which is not a language that she casts
Speaks.
magic in.
Yeah.
No, I love that little detail. And
Yeah.
what a beautiful little moment of shared trauma.
Gotta love it.
What's a little shared trauma between friends?
Yep. Did you like that you just
Yes.
made a new version of our catchphrase for our podcast?
Yeah.
But it was funny because so when the stone is dropped off to Valus and the birds dissipate and they've just dropped out of initiative, essentially, Brennan says you connect with the stone. And he doesn't say attune until a few minutes later, but he says you connect to the stone.
Uh-huh.
And then Ashley stands up and starts like reorganizing all the stuff in her area because she's like overwhelmed and not sure what's going on. And Brennan's like, there are no answers in your area, Ashley.
Oh.
Which I thought was hilarious.
I listened to the first chunk of this without watching, just because of the nature of when and where I had to watch. But I did watch the rest of it instead of just listening. But it was very funny just listening to the clatter.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I know what's happening. Because she does have a lot of stuff in her space.
I am that person.
She collects knickknacks for her D&D space,
Yes.
which it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
I love it. And she's so, you know shit's going down when Ashley stands up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I love it.
It's always fun to watch everyone's reactions all the time,
Yes.
but I love Ashley just panic standing up.
Yeah.
Just okay, I gotta get this energy out, gotta move. Uh-oh. Especially in contrast to how much she likes to cross her arms as just okay, I'm gonna retreat for the character and just figure out how to react to this. I love seeing that contrast.
Yes.
I was going to say something else about this moment. What was it? I'll figure it out. Probably. Someday. Maybe.
One day.
But
let's see. So then we do find out that she has now attuned, without conscious effort or thought, to the Stone of Night Song.
that was it. I was going to just talk about how weird, crazy, and kind of horrifying it is to just have your DM go, by the way, you're now forcibly attuned to this item.
So it's got this hold on Octus that we don't understand at all. And now it's attuned itself to Valus. And it's made from the bone of a dead celestial who loved the elves very much. And you're just like, what is going on? So it does give her the ability now to do the ceremony spell,
Yes.
spare the dying, gentle repose, and speak with dead.
Yes, which are all, first of all, delightful spells.
Yes.
Especially to have in the context of where they're at and where they're going.
Uh-huh.
Little freaky, little scary. Love it. But very hopefully useful.
Yes. Let's see.
And the amount of stuff that the stone can do is, I think, worthy of it being, the rib of a celestial.
Right. Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I can just keep going. No, I should
Sorry,
tie
guys,
off this section.
We're both like, okay, wait, pause while we get our crafts back on track. So Julian and Octus are trying to figure out what's going on. And Taisha and Octus are kind of at each other's throat for the first 45 minutes of this episode.
They are. Octus, I mean, they're all going through it. He was a little, a little much, a little excessively. You need to tell me what's going on, which I did appreciate, or I did enjoy seeing him kind of shut down a little bit after being confronted with the, hey man,
why do I feel like you're annoyed with me?
didn't you just die a couple days ago and it's still pretty fresh for you? Mm-hmm. Hey man, maybe give me a second.
Yeah.
And I did appreciate that he went, you know what? Fair
enough.
That's
fair enough.
Okay. Maybe I am coming on a little strong, which you think? But I do enjoy that character moment for Octus because, again, we're getting to see him a little bit more
well-rounded
and a little bit less of the, I'm in panic mode because my family just killed me.
Yeah. So then they decide they're still going to continue walking into this temple. Because, mind you, they're just outside of it.
Yeah.
They're not even in it yet.
They haven't even gotten in.
So they go inside the temple, and they're doing, their investigation and insight and perception and whatever. And they do a religion check. And Ashley rolls a pretty high one. And Brennan gets up and walks over to her because he's like, no, this is going to be a private religion check. Only Ashley's going to know this.
Yes.
And everyone started freaking out.
What have I done?
They do figure out, though, that this space, this temple, was re-excavated in over the last 4 years from the sand and everything that would have covered it before. It's a desecrated holy site. Something's very wrong with it. And we know from Dr. Talter that there's in Celestial over the doorway. It says, shadow and flame, twin houses united, evermore in the service of the sun, who we revere in the glory of day and in the faith of night. And there's ambient necrotic magic everywhere.
Yeah, just a bit upsetting. Just a bit upsetting.
So these bodies that the Barrow Guard soldiers that were outside, they've recently died, but they're skeletal. And it's because of this ambient necrotic magic that they decompose at like an extraordinarily fast rate.
Yes.
And
which I did. First of all, I like that explanation.
Yes.
Second of all, I think it's very fun the way in which Brennan ends up describing it to Valus with the, being immortal, you've kind of got, and being, who you are, you kind of have a little bit of a inurement to death energy.
Yeah.
And this isn't enough to trigger that. But you'd notice.
And if your friends stay here for too long, they might have some problems.
Yes. Oh, and the description of if you get an open wound here, it's probably going to get real bad.
Yeah.
After just a little while. And he didn't specify what prolonged exposure would mean. Mm-hmm. But I'm assuming it can't be good for anyone who has survived this long. So Allogar is probably not in great shape.
We still don't know where he is because he's not in here either when they go inside of here.
Here's the thing. I have a feeling he's not dead.
I would agree because we haven't seen that vision yet, and I feel like he's not undead in that vision.
Yes.
And there's too much weight that's been put on it for it not to come to pass somehow.
Yeah. For not, at least, if I can speak, I can speak. At the very least, I would expect the possibility for him to die, but I wouldn't expect it until there is a moment in which the players can potentially prevent it, and therefore it's all the more tragic and heartbreaking when they don't prevent it.
Yeah.
Yay! Tragedy and trauma.
We love it so much.
I love watching all my favorite characters go through horrific traumas. Why am I like this? Oh, my neck.
Anywho, so they go inside. There are more bodies in here. They're mostly Barrowguard. Like the ones outside, they're skeletal. There are some people in random robes. And Julian kind of realizes from the state of the camping equipment and stuff that are with the Barrowguard that these are members of the group that had left. These are people he had trained.
Yes, because of course he was hoping for, hey, maybe this is an older expedition or something, and not the people we just sent out that we just came to find and hopefully aren't dead. No,
it is them.
Because the bones look like they've been there for a century.
Right, but the equipment looks like it's been there for a few days.
Yeah.
There
was still water in a water skin, I think.
Skin, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's also tents, like semi-permanent tents and movable cages and crates and stuff belonging to the Taconuses in here. And as Octus is clocking onto that, and other people are clocking onto that, he lights with a little bit of magic some fire to go,
the dancing lights.
And
great spell.
Looks around at the group and then notices that Julian seems kind of like a weird shape and realizes that that's because there's a giant scorpion behind him.
I did love the very classic goofy...
It's right behind me.
Description. Yeah, the goofy way they got to that.
Yes.
Of there's Valus and Taisha and Octus and Julian and the giant scorpion right behind it. And the giant scorpion...
Yeah.
What a beautifully goofy ass.
So it gets Julian grappled before anybody even rolls initiative. And then they do roll initiative, and Dr. Talter comes out on top for initiative. So she sends does a blessing on everybody.
I'm obsessed.
Because she can't really do all that much.
No, she's... I'm obsessed with Dr. Talter.
Yeah.
I love the combination of, okay, this is someone who's realizing maybe office work wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that's how they described it.
While also giving the blessing, and every spell she casts is a paragraph long of,
yes,
there is a force in the world which seeks to see things that are broken mended.
Well, because she's a cleric, but she doesn't have a god.
No.
So she just talks to the universe. And I love it. And Bria loves it too. She's like, Dr. Talter is my favorite.
It's the way in which she chooses to express and try to communicate that, though.
Yes.
That makes it specifically delightful.
Yes.
Because there's... Sorry. I feel like there are much more straightforward and simpler and less silly ways to be like, well, the nature of the universe is such that things heal. But specifically decreeing it every time as this big exclamation.
Yes.
It's
really funny.
It's so funny. It's so cute too. Oh girl, you have no idea what you've gotten yourself into. Oh no. And even, what was it? Saramai. Gaia Saramai grabbing Dr. Talter at one point.
Yeah.
And just, okay, take you to the end of the stairs. You stay here.
Yep. And she freaks out when she sees Pin, because all she knows is that Pin is undead.
Yes.
She's just essentially in the background of this whole battle screaming.
Yep. Honestly, a vibe.
Yeah.
Oh, gods.
So they deal with the scorpion, essentially. And during the battle with the scorpion, Brennan has Octus roll a history check. And he rolls a nat 20 for a 26.
Yeah.
And so, now that the scorpion is a trained pet of Octus's cousin Tertia Taconus, one of his dad's brother's children.
Right.
Probably the younger sister of Dorset and Univere.
Right, which immediately... Oh shit, okay.
Because they're powerful.
Yep, we know that they're not to be trifled with.
And so the scorpion's name is Saharkus. It's trained.
Saharkus.
And so they're like, oh crap, well, if her scorpion's here, is she here? And he's like, I don't know. I don't know, guys.
Like, hey man, your cousin's corgi is now dead on the ground.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Yep. Valus also uses, for the first time, the Embers of Arask as
Yes!
a sensor. So she does D10 bludgeoning damage plus D6 fire damage
Yes.
plus 4. What's the plus 4 for?
Strength.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The other question that I had is I didn't catch
Well, either strength or dex. I think
why
she's
hit points started being
strong.
doubled.
Um,
Damage points started being doubled about halfway through the battle with the zombies, which comes next.
was it specifically with Divine Smite?
No, I think it was all of them. Like, Julian was doing attacks that got doubled. Taisha was doing attacks that got doubled. Valus was doing attacks that got doubled.
I know there were some because there were some nat 20s thrown. I may have missed something, but I was pretty sure it was just... Oh!
It happened too much for it to be rolling that 20.
No, I'm sorry. I think it's... skeletons are, I believe, vulnerable to bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Yes.
But it wasn't
so
doubled at the
vulnerable meaning doubled. Like damage against them is doubled when it's bludgeoned.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes, I believe that's correct. I'd have to double check the monster stat block
Okay.
for the 2024 edition of 5e, but I believe that, and I think that was the case in earlier 5e as well, that skeletons are just extra susceptible to bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Because, like, if you slash them or stab at them, it's not going to do that much.
Right.
But you hit them with a hammer, like, they're just a bunch of bones.
Yeah.
It's going to do more.
No, that makes sense. And I had tracked that bludgeoning was a stronger thing against them.
Yes.
But yeah, at some point it started being doubled. I don't know if it was after. It felt like it was after the skeletons realized Octus was a Taconus. But I don't remember specifically. It may have been the whole time and I just hadn't tracked it at first.
I don't remember either. But I do think that there was just a point where they went, oh, wait, we just got to switch to bludgeoning.
Yeah. So they chronologically, they kill the scorpion.
Yes.
And then they start hearing the clattering of like bones getting up.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Because, of course, hey, we just had a little bit of a tussle here. I guess it awoke or was enough sound to trigger the undead here to come after us. Oh, joy.
And the quote, I thought this map was for one scorpion because it's a really cool map.
Yes.
And it was way too big and way too intricate to just be a fight with a scorpion. So then there's like a bajillion zombies, essentially, skeletal zombies.
Which is always...
And that there's
always a good time.
Yeah, and that there's a
I love a
glowing
good horde of undead.
a glowing crystal in the middle of the room.
A horde of anything really is.
And we don't really know
maybe not
what
anything.
it does.
Yes. Yes, the glowing crystal was a little upsetting.
And it's from another realm, probably. It's not from Armon. It's not from the world we're in.
Yeah, it's not natural.
And it created the alteration enchantment. Was emanating.
There was something alteration-based emanating from it.
Yeah.
Which alteration being a specific school of magic alongside enchantment. But it seems to be enchanted in some way with some kind of alteration magic that I'm still unclear on what exactly would it be. But we can make some guesses, but it's like potentially animating the skeletons, but I don't remember if that's typically conjuration. But our alteration could still be... it could still be something to do with that, but
yeah,
just related.
And when this fight really starts getting going with the skeletons is when we have the moment of Matt asking Brennan if there's anything left on these skeletons that he could recognize as an individual person.
Oh, yeah.
And Brennan was like, no. And so then Julian, Matt in characters, Julian says, little blessings. Because he's going to have to essentially re-kill people that he once knew.
Yep. And most of them are people that he probably trained.
Yeah. Which is horribly depressing.
Yes. At least half of whom he probably slept with.
There's that as well.
Yes. At least potentially.
Yeah.
That whole thing, though, with just trying to figure out emotionally how to deal with, okay, nope, I'm just not gonna. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Mm-hmm. Gonna pretend it's fine, normal, and totally hunky dory, peachy.
Yep.
That's right. One of the things with the bludgeoning damage was Julian kind of switching from using his rapier because it's just pointy, it's just stabby,
Right.
to just smacking him with his demi gauntlet, which works wonders. What just bitch slap the undead back into death.
Yep. Which is pretty
Why
much
not?
also what Valus is doing, just with her sensor.
Yeah, just with her sensor, which I did. I think we got confirmation from. I think she used the cleave ability.
Yes.
Which confirms that the sensor is kind of a re-flavored halberd design with like whip flavoring,
Yeah.
which I think is, first of all, delightful, but a really cool take on it. Because I kind of would have expected like a flail,
Oh, sure.
but I like the cleave from the halberd getting added in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then Octus uses magic, legitimately for the first time. Tiny
Sorry,
scratch.
I finally noticed there were additional messages in chat from last time I checked, so I'm actually taking a look. Nothing new has really come in, but I didn't see the Tiny Scooch message. Thank you. Love Tiny Scooch. Big fan. Big fan.
So when
Ow.
Octus uses magic, it makes the crystal glow more.
Yes!
And then the skeletons nearby to him start saying Taconis in like this really creepy raspy voice and converge on him. Not all of them in the room, but the ones that were close to him.
No, though it took everybody a minute to realize what they were saying. So like, what is I don't speak dusty bone.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it sounded like something there.
And Taisha's like, well, can you control them or tell them to stop? And he's like, that's not what that's not my magic.
Right. That's...
It was in and amongst this happening within the battle that Matt and Abria had their little poopies smack talk moment. I don't know if you heard it while you were listening or if you were watching it by then, but
I think I was watching by this point, but you take this.
no, I'm not going to quote any of it. It was just really funny because they just kept going back and forth about little poopies and how Julian doesn't drink enough water, so it's like rabbit pellets.
Yeah. What a
And it makes it easier for you to find me in the dark.
It's like what a strange was like Cocoa Puffs on the sand.
Yeah.
It's like what? How did we get
And, like,
here,
there's
folks?
these really dramatic moments happening with Octus and Valus, and that's what these two are talking about on the screen above them.
Yeah.
It's really funny. So then Julian levels up to 4
Yes.
to Warrior with Daredevil subclass.
Which I believe is Daredevil subclass is homebrew.
Yes, I got that impression.
Yes. Well, especially from what they were saying immediately after the break. Or immediately, I think it was immediately after the break, because he talked about using the Ride the Edge feature.
Yeah.
Which
and tough.
Yes.
Yes.
Which immediately, Ride the Edge as a feature of Daredevil. Which immediately, of course, Abria went, did you just edge into into the next level up?
Yep. And then as
many
Ty-
such cases.
And then she said he starts fighting again once he levels up because he was pretty severely damaged, and this gave him 10 hit points and
Yes.
all that kind of stuff. And she goes, "Can I roll to be kind of impressed?" And then she rolls, and then she goes, "No."
Never mind. But with the additional evidence for homebrew, which I mean it is homebrew, but
Yeah.
additional evidence that caught my attention in the moment because I was trying to rack my brain to figure out if I was just forgetting a Daredevil subclass that I wasn't aware of, or that I'd forgotten about that came out forever ago and maybe Unearthed Arcana. When they came back, Matt said that he had renamed Ride the Edge to Ride the Threshold because he's been bullied one too many times by his players as DM. And I love even Brennan commenting on, you're such a forever DM that even as a player,
You're renaming things.
you're renaming your homebrew. Going, oh no, I didn't think of.
Nobody's gonna call it that though. Everybody's gonna call it riding the edge.
Yeah. Oh, it is riding the edge.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's the edging feat.
Yeah.
It's the edging feature.
It was
That's
great.
what it is.
Let's see.
Oh, that is. There we go.
Octus uses Wither and Bloom,
Yes.
which was really cool.
Yes.
Essentially took the health from anything living, like plants living around him, and then used it to screw with the skeletons and to give himself hit points.
Well, and using Wither and Bloom as something against undeath specifically is a little unusual, but
But because they're skeletons and not undead with their own will,
yes,
they don't have the same safety from necrotic damage, and so it still did damage to them.
yes, because
Yeah.
there are only some undead, and it is usually those much sturdier, stronger, higher level undead that have any necrotic resistance. I loved this, the way he described it.
Yeah,
and
it was
the,
really cool.
like taking out the little vine and blowing into it, but specifically with Wither and Bloom, he put himself in the area of effect because Wither and Bloom, you choose any and all the creatures within the area of effect that you want to be affected, and you choose one creature in the area of effect to heal for the amount of damage dealt.
Okay.
Yeah.
And since, that
yeah.
makes sense.
But it was really cool to watch him sit there and just like, ooh, yeah, this is how I'm like blowing out the energy and then sucking it back
Like,
in.
I kind of imagined the vine looked kind of like a bubble wand.
Oh, that's fair. I kind of just imagined like a thorny chunk of what am I thinking of? Like a little like blackthorn branch almost.
Well, because he said it was like curved over on itself to create a hole.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, no, I like that.
It was really cool.
And
And then he misty steps to get away from the other two that are still on him.
Yes.
Rolls a nat 20 for firebolt and shoots that firebolt at the crystal, and then had to roll a d10 or something because it had to be over 10 points of damage to do any damage to the crystal.
Yes, because Brennan was saying it has a hardness of 10.
Right.
That's the damage minimum threshold
So
you need
then-
to surpass.
He gets a 20,
Yep.
so he shatters the thing with one firebolt.
Right.
And then
Because nat 20, you double the damage dealt, double the damage dice, rolled a full 10 on the d10 for the damage of that spell.
Yeah.
So fully 20 damage, surpassing the hardness of the crystal.
And just shattering it.
Beautiful.
And then he's plopped into this memory.
Yes.
Which was great. Of him, younger Octus, trying to give his dad, Primus, some of the essays that he had written for the Pentavral and to explain to his dad what his plan was to learn at the Pentavral and gain some magical control and stuff like that. Or magic at all. And his father pretty much being like, it's not innate to you. And therefore, it's like scraps and pointless and worthless. And, perhaps if they can find a way to reach your magic, then it will be something. But, I don't really think this is going to work. I think it's a waste of time.
Right. Just dismissing him as if it didn't come easily for you, then you are worthless.
Right.
Which the way in which Brennan laid that groundwork of Primus viewing viewing being a sorcerer as, my willpower upon the world is just so innately strong that I have this magic and that's why it's easy for me. Mm-hmm. And that therefore makes me better. I think is very interesting, but very telling about the character.
Yeah.
Even more so than just baseline, you're a failure because you don't have magic. It's no, you're a failure because you don't have magic, and therefore you are lesser than me because if you had the same force of will that the rest of us do, then you would have magic.
Right.
Yeah. Ooh.
And so
daddy issues.
when he comes out of that memory, he kind of simultaneously is having this come to Jesus moment, I guess, with the idea
Ah.
of the miracles that happened when he was brought back. The miracle of the first one of being him and Taisha in the same place at the same time that allowed him to walk off the path.
Mm-hmm.
And then the glass scalpel and the gemstone teeth of Bolaire and Murray as they brought him back. And how he doesn't agree with his father. Because the magic that they were born with, that they had been gifted from a god, is somehow innately more powerful or meaningful than the magic he taught himself.
Yeah.
And so Brennan asks him, what are you feeling when this bolt that you learned how to summon, that nobody taught you, you learned it yourself, you taught yourself how to do this,
And it wasn't given to you by your bloodline.
You shatter this crystal, how do you feel? And Octus was just like, joy.
I'm so proud.
It was so cute.
Oh.
It was so cute.
And what a nice, satisfying little moment to go, no, that's stupid.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. What the... And they actually talked about that a little bit in the cooldown of, how pervasive nepotism is in the world and kind of has always been.
Yeah.
And relating that to this idea then of, hey man, just because I didn't get into this because of who I'm related to doesn't mean that I'm not good at it.
Right.
And actually the idea that being related to somebody is better is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But Brennan in Cooldown brought up there was sociological studies done on it's people consider trust more valuable than competence often. So
yeah.
Which it's fun to watch Brennan talk about sociology and psychology.
Yes.
In general. So I recommend go watch Cooldown just because even just that portion, it's just fun to watch him nerd out about the stuff.
Yeah, I'll probably go through and just watch all of them in a sitting.
Yeah, that's
at
fair.
some point. But let's see. We had Valus pulling a desperate measure to reroll an attack.
Yes.
And then she fucking slaughtered people because she rerolled that attack high and then kept just dealing damage after damage with it, which was awesome.
Yeah, joking about playing the xylophone with the bones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just all right. Full what I think Brennan again pulled out the Looney Tunes reference of just chaotic, doing endless damage. Once again, kind of reminiscent of her fighting the shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Octus levels up to 4 and also uses a desperate measure to disengage from the skeletons that keep trying to follow him, and casts False Life, which I think gave him temporary hit points.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't have that written down. And then essentially Dame Saramai kills the last of the zombies that's coming after him, Octus. And the battle's over.
Oh, but before the battle actually ended, Octus's level up.
Mm-hmm.
That choice that he made with the glob of his own coagulated blood.
Oh, yeah.
And orbiting that around himself.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing.
Explain that to them a little bit, because I didn't talk about that at all.
Yes. He'd taken a little damage from one of the skeletons or zombies, and caught a little piece of his coagulated blood that, because it's not pumping anymore, and just caught it and was focusing on it. While leveling up and while disengaging using desperate measures. So he also took I think he also took a failed death save to disengage, which means that he wasn't going to take an attack of opportunity if he backed away from these enemies, because typically if you move out of an enemy's area of attack, they can get a free hit on you. But disengaging prevents that. You're actually spending time and effort to not get hit actively. I kind of love, just as flavor, blood bending a little bit of the coagulated blood.
Yeah.
But this is specifically part of the Vital Sacrifice feat
from
the Taldore Campaign Setting Reborn book that was written originally after the first and second campaigns of Critical Role.
Okay.
for the original continent they spend most of their time on in campaign 1. And so just fun to see him go, hey, Matt, thanks for this feat. I'm going to take this. Brennan, you're cool with that? Great. Although I think he was between Vital Sacrifice and Shadow Touched as potential feats he was looking at during the Level Up snippet video that they filmed right before filming this episode. So Brennan actually introduced that video with, and we find ourselves back at the Seeker's table, and you hear a producer go, we're leveling up first. He's like, yes, I knew that. Very funny. But the Vital Sacrifice feat, specifically, you take 1d6 necrotic damage, upon activating this, basically.
Okay.
And you...
Can he be damaged by necrotic damage?
Yes, I believe he can. To gain, a blood boon for 1 hour. And that blood boon can then be expended within that hour to either add 1d6 to an attack roll.
Okay.
Or add... or deal additional 2d6 necrotic damage on an attack or spell.
Okay.
Or
Which would make Wither and Bloom a hardcore thing if you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be pretty potent.
Yeah.
Or you can when you cause a creature to make a strength, dex, or con saving throw with, whatever ability or spell you have to do that with, you can reduce the result of their saving throw roll by 1d4.
Ooh, that's fun. Well, and I loved the poetic take they took of it too. Mm-hmm. Where Brennan was explaining, you only have the blood that's in your body now. You don't make it anymore.
Yeah.
And so your blood is as precious as rubies. And when he shot the crystal with the firebolt, it started to turn red from the fire reflecting inside of it. And the blood seems to be almost like drawing from that and turning that same color and looks like a ruby floating above him. And so he's like, so your blood is as precious as rubies.
Yeah.
It was great.
Which I also had the thought, how silly goofy would it be if he went, hey, this dead guy doesn't need their blood anymore. What if I just take some before it coagulates too much to refill my own because I'm running low?
Yeah.
I could see him doing that.
I could too.
Truly just as I'm running low.
Yeah.
I'm going to dilute my own, and it doesn't really matter because I'm not. That's what I got.
Yeah.
I could see that happening, and I'm kind of looking forward to any and all of the additional body horror that results from this choice.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
So that's pretty much the battle done.
Yes.
So then Taisha and Julian begin collecting the bones so that they can do final rites on the Barrow Guard. And Octus and Valus and Dr. Talter go towards the Taconis tents to investigate. And Dr. Talter, being with them, gave both Valus and Octus an extra 5 points toward their investigation checks.
Yes.
Which made Valus's a 22 and made Octus's a 30, which is as high as you can get.
It's as high as the rule books ever suggest, at the very least.
Yeah.
I've heard stories of people doing something even more ridiculous because they know that one of the players made a completely broken character who's capable of getting a 40. So they went, okay, fine, I'll do this just to, what the hell?
Yeah.
But no, a 30 should absolutely be rewarded with, yeah, why not? You get a map of the place.
Yep.
You can piece it together.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get whatever you want.
Yeah.
Ask me specific questions and I will answer them.
What do you want? I'll give it to you. What a roll.
We do also find out that one of the bodies is Pascard Valmonte, who is the person who gave Taisha the box. Which, did anybody else forget about the box?
A little bit,
We all forgot about the box, including the
bit.
people sitting at that table until he brought it up.
Yeah.
The look of, on all of their faces when he said, this is the person that gave you a halfling coffin and called it a box.
Which, yeah, I mean...
And told you to give it to Thiazi.
They've been focused on the stone of Night Song for
and
so
they left
long.
the box back with Belair.
Yeah, it's Belair's problem now.
But, like, Thiazi sent you out to get the Stone of Night Song, and then on your way back, a merchant criminal that you have ties with was like, oh, also, here's this weird box. Can you also give this to Thiazi for me?
Yeah. Oh.
So now that guy's dead.
Which also, hey, what was he
then
doing
undead
here?
And then dead again.
What was he doing here?
Right.
He's not a part of the Barrow Guard?
And they don't know what he's doing there.
Yeah. Not encouraging.
No.
Not encouraging.
So, mostly it's what now Valus and Octus got.
Yes.
From their investigation checks.
Is most of the rest of my notes as well, is just,
yeah.
Oh, hey, lore dump, okay. Oh, we finding stuff.
Yes. So, Octus gets a map of the excavation of Tanasar.
Yes.
With chambers, and I think it's maybe not worth going into all the details of them yet because they don't go into any of these places yet.
No, but the names themselves are horrifying.
Yeah.
And
we get the feeling that there is a celestial they're trying to make. The Taconuses are trying to make, and it's somewhere in here.
Yes, which we kind of got. We got last episode that they were working on. They are actively working on how to create a celestial of their own.
Yeah. But like, there's places called the Sepulchre Vale and the Apothecar Vindicta. And
yes, and apparently
the
the
Hall
name
of the Demon Guardians.
Yeah, which is not in any way ominous.
No.
At all.
No.
And apparently the name of the name that they have for the celestial they're trying to make is the Deva Vindictus.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Which, Tanzel thought that this would be used to get revenge on, vindication on his brother for killing him.
Uh-huh.
So you can understand the name. And he also finds 2 potions of petrification antivenom.
Yes.
Which means somewhere in here there's probably a basilisk and or a ceramite.
Right. And I wonder also if that means that one of the places that they were transporting the petrified paladins from
here?
Timony is to here.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Now, because now I'm very much bringing into question all of our previous theories on what was happening to those statues.
Yeah.
Though I'm not...
Prediction corner.
Yes, with the underwater basket weaving.
Underwater basket weaving.
I'm still not taking all of my eggs out of those various baskets. However, I'm creating a new basket.
Yes.
That at least some of them are here either for the purpose of sacrificing to some extent.
Sure.
Or they're being used in some kind of ritual... ritual refinement process of some necessary materials for this ritual. Because they mentioned 2 materials that
we've never heard of
before.
And I'll get into that in just a sec.
Yes. One was, as Matt and Abria joked, Haley Joel Osment.
Yes. So Octus pretty much was focusing on like the here and now stuff in the Taconis tense, whereas Valus was like, I want to read all of the correspondences in the journals, specifically things that have names in them, specifically things that might talk about what's going on here in this place. So what she ends up kind of finding out is the Taconis family were on the trail of an artifact belonging to the celestial Olabad.
Which I believe was that coffin.
Was the coffin.
Uh-huh.
The drowned men may have beaten them to it. We don't know who the drowned men are, though I'm guessing maybe it's Velmonte.
Yes, that is my impression as well. But that's also kind of giving, like, pirate coded in some fashion.
Yeah.
Which doesn't rule out Velmonte from the little we know about him.
But they also say, and why I think the pirate thing is interesting, the sea door. They talk about the sea door.
We can't risk the sea door closing.
Right. So let me go in order, though, because the order in which Brennan gave this information, I think, is important.
Yes.
Somewhat, because there's kind of 3 different topics.
Or at least potentially.
Yeah. So we have the artifact belonging to Olabad that they were looking for. The last experiment here failed and wasted the last supplies of osmint, which is one of these materials we don't know about. Halovars prove a dead end. Something of them makes them immune to the procedure.
Yeah, which is
Terrifying.
terrifying. But I'm assuming that it's the fact that they've got angel blood in them already, that they can't be used to create a new celestial.
Right.
Because
That they protected themselves against this by the filament.
either accidentally or on purpose.
Or on purpose.
Yeah, either. However,
I could see it being on purpose.
I could, but I could also see from the little bit that we know of the Halavar matriarch from the overture, it did kind of seem like the Halavars were going, yeah, obviously we're, operating out in the open, being as evil as, we can reasonably be while starting a new cult. I mean, religion. And also, yeah, what's going on with those Taconuses? They're up to something, and I'm not sure what, but they're up to something. Have you ever seen Chicken Run? I'm sorry, anytime I say they're up to something,
No.
my brain goes to Chicken Run.
No.
And specifically the farmer's husband going, those chickens are up to something.
No, but that's funny. So she also then finds a letter signed by Primus Taconus, which says there's a new source of calcidian, which is the other material. We don't know what that is yet. It might be what they are digging for in Timony.
It might be.
Or the osment is. One or both.
Yes, I'm assuming one of those is that.
Yes.
And I'm proposing the idea that potentially one of the others might be ground up petrified paladin.
Which is terrifying to think about, but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've thought about that as well.
Yeah. The horrors.
Yep. Then he further on says, the cloak is moving faster than anticipated. If the obelisk holds fast in Tanasar, does the sacrifice itself need to happen in Tanasar? So we don't know who the cloak is, but the cloak is capital. Capital T, capital C, the cloak. Proper noun.
Yes.
Oh my god, friends. Chicken Run is dark for a children's movie.
Oh, absolutely it is. Chicken Run is literally The Great Escape, but with chickens. Like, they literally get, like, if you've seen The Great Escape, you know the shapes of the, like, shacks in their POW camp. It's literally those as the chickens, like
the
little
chicken coops?
the chicken coops.
That's hilarious.
It's horrifying. It's so dark, but
I love
also, God, it's good. It's by the same people who make Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, so like that animation style?
It's that animation style,
that's
that
funny.
type of clay. Yeah,
That's funny.
what a classic.
It continues on. The risks may be necessary. We cannot long keep our forces hidden outside the orchard, and we can't chance the sea door closing. So, oh no, they're outside the orchard for sure, and that's where Araness is going.
Yep.
And what's the sea door?
Yep, which is, again, giving Piety something
Giving
or other.
Pyre something. What else are we saying? That and the Elmo goes into the Oscars trash.
Yes! Elmo and Grouchland! I know exactly what you're talking about! Elmo and Grouchland was such a wild trip. Oh my, I haven't thought about that movie in 20 years. Oh my gods. Yeah.
Thank you for re-traumatizing him. I appreciate it.
Thank you for reminding me of that. Oh gods.
But anyway, so this stuff from Primus. The cloak. Okay, here's my underwater basket weaving of the cloak.
Okay.
Julian. Hear me out. He wears the cloak and he uses it all the time.
Yes.
2, he now has the shadow curse on him.
Yes.
Which happened during the Taconus, Thiazi's thing. Whatever was going on with Thiazi and the shadow curse that ended up attaching itself to Julian during the funeral. We don't understand it yet. That in and of itself could be a reference to that. Second of all, he's moving too quick. Like the cloak is moving faster than anticipated. He got to Octus before anybody else did.
Yeah.
And then he got Octus out before anybody else could get to him. And is moving swiftly out of Dolmakyar and through Devalmar and going towards the orchard as far as anybody knows. With potentially Octus. Who was necessary for what we think he was necessary for the sacrifice that's probably being talked about in here.
Basket weaving accepted.
Good. Great.
Yes,
all right,
yes,
moving
yes,
on.
yes. I will say my other thought there was if that particular correspondence was a little older, it may be referring to Thiazi.
Okay.
and like whatever information they have on what he was doing before he died,
Sure.
on whatever he was gathering, they realized they needed to move their plans up a little bit,
I can see
which
that
could
too.
potentially have been impetus for ensuring his execution took place when it did. Mm-hmm. Because Taconis definitely had a hand in making sure that happened
Right.
when it did.
Yeah.
But don't have enough information to draw more on that at this moment in time. So I'll put my smaller basket just kind of behind yours.
We'll see where the baskets go.
Yeah. Follow the baskets where they lead. What a strange metaphor we've chosen for this.
I know.
I must-
now I see images of when we do prediction corner and underwater basket weaving of like a water graphic filter coming up over us.
Yes.
As we talk about things. Anyway, the last thing that she finds is a journal from the Taconis lord that was probably in charge here, who was probably one of Octus's uncles.
Yes.
Quote, final experiment, a partial success, but largely failure. It is my opinion that Tertia's innate gifts and connection to the tenebral reaches thwarted the grafting of the Chalcidian prosthesis. I will miss her dearly.
Yep. So the cousin whose scorpion that was that they just killed
Is dead.
Sacrificed probably by her own father.
For some kind of prosthesis made out of some material that we have very bad feelings about. And we're not sure what for. Like, is this after they tried to kill Octus and they needed somebody else?
I'm
Is it
assume-
before? We don't know.
Yes, we don't know, but I would assume it was before, and that's why they went for Octus.
Because he doesn't have the connection
right, because he doesn't have the sorceress connection
to the
that they all
tenebral
do
reaches,
to the
yeah.
tenebral reaches. So in my mind, that is okay. This is the nail in the coffin. We got to go for. Hey, where'd that kid go that we had that doesn't have sorceress abilities? Let's just go sacrifice him. We can get rid of that guy.
Yeah. So that's horrifying. All of it.
Oh, all of it. But also the very callous nature of just, I will miss you dearly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir, what?
Yeah.
First of all, I don't believe you. Second of all, that's dark as hell. And I'm so here for it.
And then the final thing that happens is Valus comes out of the tents and wants to help figure out what's going on. And so Taisha tells her, go talk to Valmonte.
Yes.
So she uses the speak with dead capability from the stone to try to connect with Valmonte in the other world. And she says, do you mind? I'm not here to lead you down the path, but do you mind if I ask you some questions? And he says, I'll happily answer your questions if you'll answer mine. And that's where it ends.
Yes. What a cliffhanger. Let me double check to make sure I didn't have any other bits specifically from this section.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure we both wrote down a lot. This is like 90% of my notes for this episode is just the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's the lore drops.
Because my gods.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Drowned men, Osment, Halovar's immunized. Yes, Corsoso Chalcidian. The Orchard. Deva Vindicta. Oh, yes. The apotheotic obelisk.
Yeah.
As a name for one of the locations in this place.
Uh-huh.
The discussion of, well, the obelisk is here and it's stable.
Right. Then we can do the sacrifice anywhere, right?
I, first of all, hate that.
Yeah. Don't like that at all.
Not just because that's definitely probably what they were doing with Octus then, but also because they could be trying this anywhere else in the world.
So we'll have to see if the obelisk stays in play once our seekers find it.
Yes. And if they can figure out how to destabilize it, again, whatever exactly that means.
With the magics the three of them have, if anybody could figure it out without like Murray or Belair there, I really feel like Taisha, Valus, and Octus are the three that could figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely have the best chance at it, at least.
Yeah.
But it's all very... It's very upsettingly dangerous words that scratch a great itch.
Yeah.
apotheotic obelisk.
Yeah.
The Deva Vindicta.
We're getting into
I'm
the
scared.
Latin now. We've had our German and we've had our Gaelic, and now we're getting into the Latin.
Yep.
You know it's serious when the Latin comes out.
Yep. Scratch is a great little itch as
yeah.
far as what an officious sounding, horrifying name for anything and everything going on in this horrible place, in this cursed
I
land.
can smell dinner. It smells so good. The last thing I wanted to say.
I smell the pork chops.
Yeah. Was I do find it interesting too, because we had talked about how Octus and Taisha have been having some tension, and they forgive each other very quickly, but they're also not really addressing the issue.
No, they're just kind of moving on.
They don't really have time right now, to be fair. There's not a quiet moment for them to sit and have a chat. But I do think it's interesting that the closer she gets to her real son, the more tense her relationship with her honorary false son of 6 months gets.
That is definitely very fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, I don't think we called it out in this episode when they encountered the cages.
Yeah.
Octus
You're right. I didn't have it written down, but I do remember it, yeah.
Octus very much had a moment of kind of like half justifying it in the moment of like, well, sometimes you gotta. It's like, really? Yep. Really?
You gotta lock people up? No.
We're not gonna try to justify this here and now. No, we're not gonna do that.
Social justice happens all the time, was pretty much what I think something she said.
Social justice happens as you encounter it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think it's easy for me to forget, at least, that Octus is the youngest character here, because Alex Ward doesn't play him young.
Right, or at least not young.
Right.
But he is
He's like 18, 19, 20 years old.
Yeah.
And has led a very neglected and sheltered life simultaneously. Like, even with his learning at the Penteveral, he wasn't doing crazy shit until he met Thiazi as more of an adult than he was when he first met Thiazi.
Yes.
And Taisha's been along for that stuff and whatever. So, yeah, that there are moments where, like, he grew up with that. He doesn't know necessarily that any different. It doesn't innately have a negative connotation to him the way it does to other people.
No, and the way he's talked before about his family's role and expectations of, this is just kind of how things are. It's how things are supposed to be, obviously. It's just bad that it affected me in this way.
Right.
Which I do think is an interesting character parallel between him and Wick.
Uh-huh.
Of Wick going to burn down his family because he found out they lied to him, and specifically the way in which they lied is against the moral code that they instilled in him.
Yeah.
And then Octus, meanwhile, is mostly going against his family because they wronged him specifically and not
for the greater good of the moral implications of what they're doing.
But I do like seeing the different ways they're coming at it, and I'm curious to see what ways in which they will potentially butt heads because of the differing purposes behind why they're going against their families.
Yeah.
And even like it can be kind of a subtle difference in the right situation.
Well, and they're shadow and flame. I mean
yeah.
They are the archetypical, representations of their houses, and the shadow and the flame, and the ones who have faith in the night and the ones who revere in the day.
Yep.
I mean, it all is. I don't even care that it's somewhat on the nose because it's beautiful.
Sometimes
on the nose is what you need sometimes with this.
Yes. That's one of the many. There are plenty of pieces of art that I'm like, the fact that it's on the nose and hamming it up like to these points is purposeful and good, actually.
Yes. And it's an important part of storytelling, honestly, to be able to track those kinds of poetic nuances and things.
Yes.
But the last thing I was going to say is it's also interesting the kinds of influences the two of them have around them right now.
Yes.
And I don't think we know enough yet how those influences are going to pan out to really comment on it, but I do think it's interesting the different personalities and motivations of the people surrounding them.
It's worth tracking right now.
Yeah.
And just keeping an eye on.
Like, I think everybody at the Seeker's table is a little bit more selfishly inclined than you would maybe first off think.
Yes.
And I think it's interesting that the group with all the mercenaries in it is probably actually more concerned about the well-being of the general world.
One of the more selfless
Yeah.
tables. Yeah. Yeah. Wild, but yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the killer whale socks are now fixed.
Yay!
Well, I guess it was only one that had the hole in the toe, but
Congrats. And this is how far I got. So I've got 3 more rows and then I'll be done with this one.
nice.
So we're making some progress.
Hell yeah. I don't think I have anything more to add to this episode.
I don't think so either. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today, and we will see you next week
Yes.
for episode 18.
Yes. Good night and good luck.
Bye, guys.
Yes, it's so nice to be caught up. Oh,
And all of the backlogs up on YouTube. And
the pressure is, I was going to say off, but really it's just reduced.